like swimming. Well, he's not fully swimming. This is good aerobics for them. Hey farm fam, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new, welcome to today's video. So we have been doing a ton of, well, I shouldn't even say a ton, but a lot of work on the farm, repairing the damages that Hurricane Ian caused to our farm. So on the first day after the hurricane, I took you guys around the farm, showed you guys all the damage that we had. Mostly it was property damage, down trees, onto our fences, a little bit onto the house. So with all that, we had to focus on the main issues of making sure that all the pastures were fenced correctly so that when it was time to let the horses out, and even over on the cow side, make sure that the pigs, cows, and all of that couldn't get out or anything like that, and just assess all the damage. So I'm actually recording this outro now 2 weeks later from when the hurricane actually happened. And guys, in my last video, I said it was like October 11th, and it wasn't even. It was, so as you can tell where this is going, we've just kind of lost track of the days. So kind of forgot to post this video. That's why you're seeing it now, but that's fine. I wanted to share with you guys how we've started to fix the farm. Now, this is going to be an ongoing long project here. It's definitely not done by any means. We focus on primarily the things that matter the most, as you guys will see in just a minute, because we are very, very afraid to ruin our pastures by running over them with the side-by-side, the skid steer, even on foot, when they are flooded, when the ground is super soft, because obviously we still have to deal with all the repercussions of that when the water recedes and the pastures are dry, because I am actually kind of scared what they're going to look like. Typically in the summertime is when we grow a lot of our grass, and it holds us through a very dry winter. So this year is going to be a little bit different, so we're trying to just preserve those pastures as much as we can. But without me rambling anymore, just want to kind of like preface why we haven't fixed everything completely and why we've only fixed to the extent that we have. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get right into it. If you guys are excited for today's video, if you guys are excited to see us work on the damage of the farm, then make sure you go and give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below. It really helps by supporting my channel. If you guys subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you don't miss any of these videos, and of course have a chance by post notification shout out. All right, you guys, let's get right into cleaning up and fixing this farm after Hurricane Ian. So the first thing we have to do right now is we are tackling this tree Mike and his skid steer, because it's blocking the barn, as you can see. So it was really easy to have to like walk under it, and really just wasn't safe. So we needed to make sure this was the first tree that we got rid of, and he's actually not going to take it out completely. He's just going to leave it there. And the fence is getting really mangled, as you can see, but that's okay, because we honestly are probably going to just leave this fence as last priority right now, because the horses aren't going to be going into the pasture at all up here. So it doesn't even matter if it's fixed right away. We just need to get this tree out of the way. So this is what the property is looking like now. Obviously the tree is down, but we are super flooded. So this is just an overview. But now we are ready to make the journey out to the back pasture. I'm in the side-by-side. Obviously that's how I'm getting out here, and Mike is right in front of me in the skid steer. So I am super cringing right now that we were even going into this pasture. But like I said in the beginning, we were only doing things that are really important right now. And one of them is making sure that the fences are perfectly fine. I don't want to say perfectly fine, because that's not the goal here. It's just that they are usable, because we have my neighbor's animals that we want to make sure, stay in their yard. And then when we are able to let the horses out to the back pasture, we want to make sure that they have no way to get out or anything like that. So we just need to look, assess all the damage here. So that's what we're doing, trying our best not to mess up the pastures with the ruts that our machines are going to make, but it's kind of out of our control right now, because we have to do this. Luckily we have the skid steer, so it's making it look like no problem taking these trees out. So super grateful that we have this, because a lot of these trees are so heavy and even came out by the roots, as you can see. gosh, he's actually pulling barbed wire and he doesn't know. Oh my gosh, I gotta back this thing up so quick. Hold on, guys. See the barbed wire? There it is. And basically, it's following me. He has no idea that he's pulling that. This is what I mean. This is why we are out here, making sure that the property is safe for the horses, because that barbed wire was just laying there, so not good. He's clearing the fence line of all the tree debris so that we can get in there and rewire that fence so we can let the horses out. They are very stir crazy right now. They want to get out of the barn. If you guys remember when we built this back fence, we put this gate right here if we ever need to go back here. And boy, am I glad that we did, because he actually needs to go back behind the fence to get this tree off of our fence. So he's just grabbing some of the bigger loose branches off the ground so the horses don't trip over them or hurt themselves, but the little stuff we're going to leave for right now just because we're going to keep tearing up the pasture if we don't. But back pasture is pretty much done with everything that we can do for now. So now it's time to go over to the pig pen area. Look at the little pig swimming. Well, he's not fully swimming. This is good aerobics for them. We had to put up their canopy again. The one side just fell down, but it's up now. That's kind of where they go to the bathroom, so he lifted his little head, or lifted it with his little head. But nothing seems to be bothering these pigs. They're water pigs. It's like the Bahamas back here. All of this loose metal needs to be picked up. Mike's got his water boots on, which I need to switch into some water boots because I'm not much help with my shoes. And we're just moving all the metal to high ground so we can put everything in a big pile. Helicopters is everything that we see in the sky now. We have so many helicopters non-stop going to rescue people all day long. This fence didn't get messed up at all, which is good. Crunchiness of all this. The metal was no match for the wind. You can really see the damage on the pig's barn right here. I mean, as far as the roof goes, I'm just glad the structure held up perfectly fine. This is the huge tree that we have to take out of the fence now. We're actually on my neighbor's side just because this is how we have to access the tree. So the fence line is finally clear, but the fence is down right here, so we need to get back over there so that we can fix that fence so that the pigs can't get out. We are fixing this little fence. It's not the best, but this is what we have to do for now, just to make it so that the pigs can't get out. We'll re-stretch new wire on here eventually, but first priority is just to make it pig-proof. So that's what we're doing. It's definitely loose, but luckily they're little. So, and we still have all these boards down here, so they shouldn't be able to get out. But it's definitely underwater. Mike is working to remove this pine tree. It's huge. This is all the debris we've been picking up and putting it in this pile. This is a really big tree. But we really need to get it out of the pasture, so he's working on it for us. The tree is finally gone. Now it's time to fix the fence. So we're kind of just putting the fence back together as best as we can right now. We have a lot of other stuff that we have to do and some neighbors to help. We just need the fence to look okay. So not our best work, but hey, it's a fence. We have a load of projects to do this winter. Boy, just when I thought things were getting a little easier around here, it's taken quite a different toll, that's for sure. But hey, we are still happy that we have a place to fit. There we go. It's in the ground. We have these two with braces on them, basically. This pole doesn't really want to go into the ground much, but that's what we're working with. It's just so soft and muddy, and there was obviously a tree right there, and yeah, no, it's not. It's so weird. So now that you guys have seen basically what we've done thus far, like I said multiple times throughout the video, that we've done as much as we technically can until everything dries up, and I'm fine with it. The part of me that always wants to work is definitely like, come on, we have to fix things, but I am being very patient with this process because I don't want to ruin my pastures. And if you know me or anything about like our farm, you probably heard in videos, I am like very, very particular about the grass and making sure that the grass never gets ruined. So that's just kind of what we're dealing with. But I'm going to show you guys now where we're at. We're 2 weeks now. I think it's 2 weeks and a day since the hurricane has hit. It rained today. It's rained a couple times. Actually, I want to say 2 other times since the hurricane. So the flooding has gone down, but not completely because more water keeps getting added to them. But I want to kind of show you where we're at with how the farm's looking right now, because it still is definitely not looking back to normal at all. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is what the property is looking like 2 weeks later. Looks like a mud hole right here. So like I said, the ground is super soft. No grass here, but at least there's grass there. So there is grass, thankfully, and the horses are loving it. So the horses are able to come out now. We just have to be really cautious of their feet, the health of their feet, I should say, just making sure that they're not getting too soft, preventing thrush and stuff like that. I actually did a video about this recently, prepping for the summer months in Florida here, and that's been very useful for us after this storm. But the horses are very happy to be back out. So as you can see though, the water is going down, obviously not very fast, but it is. Like right there is all grass you can see. So the back pasture is going a lot faster than the front pasture, which I'll show you in a minute. We of course still have all of these trees, and which we added to, that we really need to start to burn. So I'm thinking this weekend when we have our cold front, it'll be like a perfect time to use our resources here and have a big old bonfire with all of our stuff. Hi Junie, she's so sweet. And this is what the front pasture looks like. So obviously it's still underwater, but it has receded a lot because we can now see some branches that we never saw from the tree that fell right here. So there's that. We can see more of this tree now, the root system, but there's a lot of grass that we can see now, where before it was literally like a lake. So it is cool that we can finally see some green stuff coming out of here, because it was all just the look of this right here, but now we can actually finally see some grass. Still not usable at all, but a lot better than what it was. So here's a better look up here. So it's kind of like an island over there of just grass, which is cool, but definitely not the full thing is underwater anymore. So that's cool. And the cow's pasture is almost back to normal as far as water goes. It is definitely super soft still on the ground, but the water level is almost completely back to normal. Now we can see a lot of these larger branches that fell off the trees, which once this all gets a lot drier, we'll go out and we'll clean up all of those branches. So this pasture is looking really good. This is looking great, not. Literally such a mess. We are really thinking though that we are going to be taking down this fence this winter and redoing the fence. So we've kind of finally decided that this is going to go. We are no longer going to have this. We are pretty sure. What do you want? Do you agree? Take her, Lily. See you, kitty cat. She has not cared one bit about the water and everything that's happened around here. She doesn't care. Barn is still sitting like this, and it will probably for a good bit. For one, it's hard to find this material, and two, it's expensive. So hopefully by this winter, we'll have this fixed. But I will say the property is a lot like clearer looking now, because so many trees have been like knocked down and the leaves are all off of stuff. So it just looks so much more open. And this is still like a skylight, which isn't fun because everything's getting rained on. We kind of forgot about this, so I left cat food out here and come home and it's all rained on, because we're not used to having this get rained on. So that's been different, but nothing that we can't fix in time. So this is what we had to do to the front entry gate. As you can see right here, this is like a strap that has to hold this line here. So if you guys remember from when I first posted like my first video after the hurricane, this line right here was trapping us in the property, and at the time we thought it was a power line, but it's not a power line, it's actually a cable line. So for us to get out, we had to pulley the line up with this strap, with this tow strap here. So that also helped because the ranch entrance got really loose and started to lean back from the hurricane. So it's kind of like dual purpose here, but the main purpose is that it's holding up this cable line so that we can actually leave the property. Big trucks, semis and stuff like that can't come in the property, but not a huge deal. It's just there though, and it looks really ugly and not good. Not even sure when the cable company will even be out to fix it, but who knows, it'll probably be like this for a while. All right, guys, so that is it for today's video and fixing up the farm thus far. So as you can see, we've done a lot, but we have still like so much work to do. But definitely holding that out until a couple more months. We're supposed to have a, what's it called? A cold front this weekend, so I'm very excited for that. But hopefully soon everything will start to dry up and the weather will begin to turn into like fall weather. Pastures will dry up, horses can utilize all pastures and things like that. I am just like counting down the days till that happens. So very, very excited for what's to come in the future, and we can continue to fix up the farm. But if you guys like today's video, if you guys like coming along as we fix the damage to our farm from Hurricane Ian, make sure you go and give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below. Make sure you turn on those post notifications so you don't miss any of these videos. And of course, every chance I post notification shout out. Today's shout out goes to, all right, you guys, we love you and we'll see you in the next one.